Hey guys, a lot of requests for the EDC update. I figured it was time to make one. I've always had requests for these videos, but recently, in the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've had an abnormal amount. So I figured it's time to just make one. I see you guys to see what I'm packing. As you can see, I'm showing two guns. I do not carry these at the same time. I don't want anyone to get confused. My last video, or maybe not the last one, but previous one, I kind of talked about both guns, and people said, oh, you know, you carry two guns, that's crazy. There's a lot of people who do carry two guns, but personally I don't like the weight of two, completely separate guns. But anyway, I have both of them here in front of me because I've been actually alternating, and I want to talk a little bit about that a little later in the video. But first, let's get rid of the stuff in the front row here. By a viewer suggestion, my last video update on my EDC stuff, I had a little leather money clip. And I had mentioned that maybe in the future I get a Boker Subcom or something and use that as a knife money clip. And someone said, hey, you got that cricket you love so much, why don't you use that? And that's what I've been doing. And it makes sense. I don't need to carry a separate money holder when I can just have this little multi-purpose rig here. So I, have another blade. Not that I need another one, but I have it. So I'm using my little Spyderco cricket as a money clip right now. I still prefer having my cash out of my wallet. I still carry my wallet for my license and my carry permit for my pistols, as well as having some business cards on hand and my credit cards. Well, I don't use too many credit cards. I have a couple of accounts, but I really don't think that, especially in these times, that people should be putting stuff on credit. I'm not going to give a lecture on it, but if you can't afford something, don't buy it. It's pretty simple. So I don't really like using credit cards, but I do have them for emergency purposes only. But anyway, I've been carrying this Spyderco cricket as my money clip, and I like it. It's actually working out pretty good. So let's put that aside. Cell phone, same old boring phone. A little flip phone. I have Verizon, obviously, as you can see there from the top of the logo here. I would love a iPhone or something similar, but I don't really want to fork over the money for it, nor do I really have a need for it. I would love to have the internet in my palm, as opposed to just having to be on my regular computer. But, I'm not really, as much as I like the technology and stuff, like I said, I don't have a specific need for it. I don't travel enough to need the internet on the go and stuff like that. So I don't have one currently. I'd like to eventually upgrade to something like that, but for now, this will have to suffice. So there's my cell phone. This is new that I've been carrying. I actually had this a while ago. I had a little bit of a makeover here. I have a Phoenix EO flashlight, which is a 5mm LED. Runs on a single AAA battery. I'll show you that real quick. A little alkaline. Very simple. One AAA. And this isn't the brightest Phoenix. I mean, this is one of their old models, and you can see all the wear and tear on this light. But it gets the job done for just fumbling around in the car at night or get my keys out. And I actually have that on a split ring connected to a Victorinox knife. Now this one I believe is the Tinker model, but as I said, I had a little makeover. I actually got some really cool custom engraved scales from a very good online friend, and he didn't want me to mention him specifically. If he wants to post something in the comments, that'd be fine. But I want to give you a very special thanks. I'm really enjoying it. And let me get my jeweler's loupe here because I want to get nice and tight on this to show you. There's actually this Tinker used to be red. It had red scales, and he actually acquired some black scales, and he engraved on the front for me this very cool owl. You can see there, it's a owl who's perched on a tree branch. And you can, if I get in the light right, you can kind of see it there. It's just engraved on the front. It was suggested to me that maybe I fill it in with some white paint, so it stands out a little more. I might do that, but so far I kind of like it like this. It's kind of subtle. It doesn't jump out at you, but it's definitely there. It's very cool. When you get that on an angle, you can kind of see the size of it overall. It's about this big, but really cool. And actually, he also made me another scale, which I love, but I don't have a Swiss Army knife that I want to put on yet. I actually want to buy a new one soon. But this one, you could probably make out, says cutlerylover on it. Thought that was pretty cool. If I can get the light right, I'll scan across here, giving that a little bit of light. Yeah, I thought that was awesome. I'm coming close for you. So very, very cool. And when I get a new Swiss Army knife, this will definitely go on that one. Right now, the large, full-size ones that I actually carry do not have the one like this one here. You can see it has the spot on the back for the screwdriver, and a couple of the models that I own currently have the corkscrew. So right now it takes a different kind of scale. So I decided to use these black ones for my carry, the carry knife. But in the future, like I said, when I get a regular style that does not have this tool in the back, that will actually fit this scale, I will certainly put it on there. I think it's really cool. So a special thank you to you-know-who, if you're watching. Just awesome. It's so cool. Really love it. But anyway, this Victorinox, everyone knows the deal with these. They're awesome knives. I actually put a really, really good edge on this. I mean, just Victorinox knives, as they come from the factory, are razor sharp. We all know this. But I actually took about 15 minutes being very careful on my strop, hand stropping it, to just a ridiculous, ridiculous edge. So awesome, awesome user knife, again with a little flashlight. So I got that on my, actually I keep this in my front right pocket, just kind of loose in the pocket. Around my neck, I have my CKC Hiker. This is the newer version with the full tang. And this is a great, great work knife. Actually, I use this most of the time. I don't even break out my Swiss Army knife, unless, of course, I'm around some sheeple out in public, and I don't want to scare them with a little fixed blade like this. I actually keep this under my shirt. It's concealed, so, you know, like I said, if I'm in a supermarket or something, instead of reaching under my shirt and pulling this knife out to scare someone, I'll just grab my Swiss Army knife. And even the most, I don't know what word to describe these people, but even the most non-knife person out there is not intimidated in any way by a little Swiss Army knife, which is ridiculous because this little Swiss Army knife blade can do just as much damage as any scary tactical looking knife out there, but in their minds it's harmless. So again, this is what I break out in public as to not scare people. So that happens to work out really well. So those are my blades. Now you might think I had a multi-tool in here. Actually it's not. It's a spare magazine for my Glock 36. Let me show you these real quick. Both these guns do have loaded magazines, but they do not have anything in the chamber. You can see there, nothing in the chamber. I'll even put my finger in there, there's nothing. It's empty. And same deal with the Glock 17. Fully loaded magazine, but nothing in the chamber. So anyway, the reason I'm showing both these guns is because originally I had my Glock 17 and I had figured that it was going to be too big for the summer carry. But I found that 9 out of 10 days in the summer I go out in either cargo shorts or similar shorts that I actually wear a belt. So it has not been a problem carrying this full-size Glock out in public in the summertime, like I said, even with lighter clothes. So even though I really like this gun, I got the Glock 36 because it is a smaller frame, lengthwise and height. I mean, it's kind of hard to tell right like this, but trust me, it does make a difference when you're carrying. And just even the front too is tapered, as you can see there. Kind of get an idea of how it doesn't look a whole lot smaller, but trust me, when you're carrying a gun, every little part of it makes a difference. And if you can shave off some weight and some size, it really does help quite a bit. Plus, having the Glock 17, even though I had a whole bunch of rounds, 19 of them in here, 9mm, I figured if I'm going to go with a smaller gun, might as well up the caliber, just my own personal preference. And now I have some 45s. Now you see here I have some new ammo. These are actually the same, very similar ammo to my 9mm. They're both Hornady. Now the 9mm is, let's see, right here. Here's a 9mm. This is the critical defense stuff from Hornady. I'll give you some specs on this real quick. 9mm Luger, 115 grain FTX. FTX is just this, it's got this kind of like polymer core. I talked about this in another video. It's supposed to keep the penetration on the hollow point until it actually hits flesh and bone and stuff like that before it expands. I know some people have issues with hollow points because they get hung up on clothing and stuff like that. I don't think it's a big deal, but it has a little, basically a plastic core to keep that intact during flight and initial penetration before it opens up. And the new 45 ammo that I got is also Hornady, and it's also a hollow point. This is a 230 grain XTP. And now this is 45 auto. This is plus P ammo, as you can see there on the side. And I actually, next time I go up to my grandfather's and I can shoot, I'm going to put a couple magazines of this ammo through my gun to see how that plus P feels. Obviously, it's going to have a little bit more of a punch, a little bit more power, but I definitely feel comfortable with some plus P 45 hollow points. If this doesn't get the job done, nothing will. Trust me. Again, this is a 6-shot magazine, and I actually have, like I showed before, I carry a spare magazine. I adjusted, this is my Maxpedition single mag pouch, and I carry this vertically on my left side, my weak side, and it seems a little bulky at first when I first put it on. It's kind of like I feel like I'm carrying a full-size multi-tool, but I still, you know, it's peace of mind having another magazine. You never know what's going to happen. I don't think it's completely necessary. In the future, I might not carry it, but for now, I have been carrying it, and I like it. And of course, I have the same 45 ammunition in my spare mag. So there you go. I have 12 rounds to work with here, but for the most part, I probably won't even break out a spare magazine. Most actual shooting situations, you're not going to even have time, or it's not going to be necessary to even do a magazine change, but you really never know. So far I have been carrying with a spare mag. So that's my EDC update. Oh, I did want to mention with the guns, my little Glock 36 I've been carrying with the clip draw. I took it off for this video. I'm actually decided not to carry it anymore. I really want to just save up a little bit of money and invest in a really good holster for this. This will be my carry piece for a very long time. I really like it a lot. So like I said, I want to invest in a really good holster for this, probably an inside the waistband holster. So if you guys have any suggestions, feel free to put comments down below. I'd appreciate to hear what you have to say. I know Humans for Targets has some really good holsters that he's recommended before in his videos, and I definitely want to check them out. The Super Tuck I heard is fantastic. Of course, Galco, you know, makes a bunch of good stuff, and there's a whole slew of really good stuff on the market, but I really want to just, like I said, invest in something a lot better than the clip draw. I don't have anything against the clip draw. I just prefer a really good full-size holster. You know, in the future, if I want to carry +1, it's a must. I can't carry +1 with the clip draw. It's just not safe. Safe for me. So anyway, there's my EDC update. Put all my stuff back in frame here a little bit. You guys know it's constantly changing. Who knows what I'll have, you know, from day to day. But so far, this has worked out for me. It's been comfortable to carry. It takes care of all my needs. It's been good. So there it is, my EDC update. Like I said, in the future, in the very near future, I'll have a bailout bag update video. To all my Zippo people, I know yet another disappointing EDC update because there's no Zippo in here. As I showed before, and as I will show very soon, I always have a Zippo in my bag, and that's my main source of fire, is a Zippo. So, you know, don't worry, I do have one, it's just not on my person, it's always nearby in my bag. So, as well as different flashlights for all my flashlight guys. So there it is, EDC update, I'm taken care of. Thanks for watching, I always appreciate it. Hope you enjoy the rest of your day.